this is Angie Wong, and I'm president of Legacy PAC. I just want to thank all of our followers. We're close to 100,000 followers on Facebook, and we've only been around for a few short months. So thank you again. I'm going to ask you for your continued support leading up to 2024. Please donate to legacy-pac.org. That's legacy-pac.org. Thank you, and we'll see you on the campaign trail.
Speaker, you know him. Joy Reid knows him on MSNBC. Trust me, she knows him, and you're going to love him. Congressman Byron Donalds, 19th District, Florida. He is here, and he's making his way to the front.
So, a couple things. First, Hadass was, I see what we gotta do. We might as well start right. Everybody clap once, clap twice, clap 3 times. For you people in the back, clap 4 times. Okay, is that Sebastian Gorka? Is that who that is? Sebastian. Hey man, what are you doing? Sebastian, you talking and I'm talking. I'll be playing with you, Sebastian. I'll be playing with you. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Sebastian Gorka is joining us this evening. So Hadass did a phenomenal rendition of our national anthem. It was phenomenal. And so this is like the 4th time I've heard it from her. It's great. My colleague, Mr. Alford, that's the first time I actually heard him speak. Never heard him speak before. He needs to talk more. Look, I'm gonna be brief because one, I talk a lot. You probably heard me in a lot of different areas, on a lot of different topics. So we know the issues, we know about energy, we know about the border, we know Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing, we know the agencies are a mess. We know that our military is not prepared for the battles in front of us. We know what happens when you have weak leadership. It invites aggression from our adversaries across the globe. We know all that, we get all that, but why do this? Why do this here tonight with Legacy PAC? Why is it important to be involved? Because there's a whole lot of people who have the passion to save this country who need help getting off the ground. I'm gonna take y'all down a trip, through memory lane. Everybody knows me now, but this thing has been 10, 12, 14 years in the making. It started as a Tea Party activist that nobody knew. A guy that would be on the corner holding up signs, just wanting to fight for fiscal sanity in the Constitution. It was a guy that's still on YouTube today who gave his first political speech in the back of a flatbed pickup truck. Wow. For 5 minutes. And in between was Rick Scott, who was then running for governor of Florida back in 2010. And a bunch of other people running for state representative, state senator. You had some congressmen and women coming in and out because the Tea Party was the hot thing. And everybody had to show that they were there to be a part of what grassroots conservatives were about. And some kid from Brooklyn, New York. I just was passionate. And so the first thing I learned real quickly was, if nobody knows you, you just gotta get involved. You just gotta start doing the work. So when I come at these issues now as a member of Congress, I don't do it as a member of Congress, look at my pen, this is phenomenal. I do it as an activist because I've been on the front lines. I've done the call lists. I've done the walk books. I made them for other people to go do it. I helped candidates run. I helped some win. Some didn't get across the line. And as the years went by, people in my community were like, you know what, we want you to run. And the first thing for you candidates in this room, let me give you lesson number 1. If you think you're gonna take this journey of running for office. Everybody says they're gonna help you. It's on you to get the job done. It'll be you and probably the person on your left and the person on your right. And that is your team. And everybody else will come in and they'll come out, but that's a journey only you can take. But it's a journey you must take. My good friend, senior advisor on my campaign side, Larry Wilcox, is standing in the back. Let's hear about that. And most people are always like, man, who is this guy? Is that your body man? And what they really don't know is I'm his body man. But what most people don't know is that Larry and I were there in the car day after day after day, knocking doors, talking to voters, convincing voters, having to switch votes. When we were on the campaign trail, we loved to be like sign assassins. If there was an opponent sign in the yard, it was a mission to talk to the voter, get that sign out, get our sign in. We took it as a passion project. So when you're taking this journey of running for office, I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is. And for the donors and the contributors in this room, the reason why you're giving is because you have people who are just as passionate as I was, who are just as committed as I am, who have the same abilities as I do. They just haven't arrived yet. And they need help to arrive. I see my lovely young friend from the great city of Baltimore, Miss Clayson. And people, and everybody was listening. Everybody knows the dress. And girl, you wore the dress. I'm just saying, the dress is mine. That thing was right. A lot of people watched that thing. But when I watched her run, why I was so excited about it is because you needed candidates everywhere. You needed people in communities that have not seen Republicans and conservatives for 30 years, for 40 years, for 50 years, actually make the case and make the argument of why you should choose conservatism, of why you should choose Republicanism. Because her race is not about her personal success. Her race is about the future of the movement that will shape our country going forward. So then I always thank you. Last but not least, you're looking at somebody who lost his first political race. The first time I ran, people in my community who knew me, they voted for me, they supported me. I got 15% of the vote, came in 5th. I licked my wounds for about a week. And then people asked me like, man, how was the experience? And I was like, well, I didn't win, so it kind of sucks right now. But as I talk to young people throughout the years, I always tell them, I failed forward. I wouldn't be here now if I didn't fail. You're also looking at a guy who's now lost 5 different leadership races. I've lost 5 different leadership races. Y'all saw the big one. Y'all saw oh no. That was one. That's the most recent one. There were 4 before that.
I got a race for you, Governor.
Oh, see, you got it. But I want you to understand. The consultants will say, oh, you can't jump into this race. It'll look bad for you. And then you don't look like you're ready. I say BS. I was going to say something else. I say BS, and here's why. If you don't have the courage to run, you don't have the courage to do the job. You don't. These lights and these cameras, they look good, but they are hot. And if you don't have the courage of your conviction and the spine necessary to stand up when even people who are your friends tell you no, if you actually get across the line and you win, you won't have the courage necessary to stand up against the behemoth that is Washington, D.C., or the behemoth that is too many state capitals in our country, or the behemoth that is too many city councils and school boards through America. Alfred's speech was like rousing. That was a rousing speech. So I said, I'm gonna throw that speech out. I'm gonna bring the real speech. I'm messing with Alfred. But this is the hard work everybody in this room needs to hear and understand. It takes every race on every ballot in every part of the country. It takes moving the message and explaining to voters why they should think about their politics differently. It means getting rid of crazy mayors like Lori Lightfoot. Thank goodness for Chicago. And showing all of the American people a better way. And then, if you're successful and you join me, you join Offer, it takes you having to be willing to stand up to leadership and demand a better way for the future of the country. People might think that Kevin McCarthy and I had like issues with each other. That's not true. I actually like Kevin. But the one thing that we wanted to make sure happened was that he understood that there is a new wave in Congress. And this wave is not just going to sit back and watch. This wave is going to act and demand action. And we demanded it through a process. He's the Speaker of the House. And I'm just happy to say that in the first couple of weeks under his speakership, he's been more active than any Republican speaker I've ever seen. So in short, keep fighting. For those of you who are supportive of candidates all across the country, I want to thank you for being supportive of candidates all across the country. We can't do it without you. Can't do it without you. For the activists in the room, the people who are helping candidates, you are the lifeblood that keeps our republic moving. Thank you. Thank you. And for those candidates who are looking uphill and wondering how, keep your head down, focus on the target, and outwork everybody. And I promise you, you're not going to lose. You're either going to win on election night or you change the game on election night. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much, Legacy PAC.